Hello everyone, it's me, Hannah, and today I'm going to be doing another Game of Thrones video. This time we are going to be counting down my top 10 favorite characters from the show. And I made up the list. It was kind of difficult to make because there's so many cool characters on the show, and I just didn't know what to think, but I just picked out the characters that I think are really, really interesting and really fun and that I really like. And I want to give an honorable mention to Sansa Stark. I really like her a lot. And I just thought maybe, I thought I was going to put her on the list, but I decided, well, why don't I just give her an honorable mention? So, anyway, let us begin with Brienne of Tarth is at number 10. Brienne of Tarth is just so cool, and probably my favorite girl character to carry a sword, because she's just so cool, and I just love her. She's just so tough and amazing. I would say Yara is kind of tough and amazing, but, we don't hardly ever see Yara Greyjoy, but, yeah, anyway. So, next up on the list, we have Margaery Tyrell is at number 9. Now, people are probably thinking Margaery Tyrell is like one of the most boring characters on the show. I like her. At first you don't like her because she's just so all over with Joffrey, but you see that she doesn't really enjoy him as much, but she enjoys her time with Tommen. And I just love Margaery so much. She knows who the Lannisters are. She doesn't play around, and all she wants is to be queen and to love Tommen. I do not blame her for that, and it's really sad what happened to her on the show, though. Anyway, at number 8 we have Samwell Tarly. Yes, Samwell, my favorite bad guy on the show. Samwell is just like a teddy bear. I love him, and he's just one of those guys that wants to stay out of the trouble, and he really cares about Gilly. Gilly, the wildling girl. She's not technically a wildling, but she's just one of Craster's wives that Samwell rescued, and she had given birth to her son, whom she named Sam, after Samwell, and Samwell saved her when Craster's Keep was getting raided. He rescued her and brought her into Castle Black and took care of her and looked after her, and Gilly and Samwell really cared about each other. And Samwell had a really good connection with Maester Aemon before he died. And then, Samwell wanted to become a maester, which is so cool. Besides, he helped Jorah with his grayscale problem. He helped him, and I just love Samwell. It's great. At number 7, we have Jorah Mormont. Yes, Daenerys' kind of guy, but he's kind of in the friend zone. But yes, Jorah Mormont is a great character. He was originally sent to spy on the Targaryen children, Daenerys and Viserys, but then he started to really care about Daenerys. But then word came back that he was a spy, and Daenerys sent him away. He exiled him. And then Jorah brought in Tyrion, and it was learned that he had the grayscale, so Daenerys sent him away, and he came back with a cure, thanks to Samwell. I love Jorah. He's just a caring guy. I love him. At number 6, we have Brandon Stark. Bran. Yes, the three-eyed raven, aka the crippled boy, because at the beginning of the show, he discovered Cersei and Jaime having sex, and because of that, Jaime pushed him out the window, and he became crippled, which is kind of sad, but he's just so cool because he's the three-eyed raven. He's a warg. He can diverge into minds, and that is just so cool. I liked when he got into, Hodor's mind. He goes into Hodor's mind because Hodor, he gets afraid, and he saves him and tells him to do things, and it's just so cool. Brandon Stark. At number 5, we have Jon Snow. Jon Snow, the bastard of Winterfell. Well, he's not technically a bastard because he's actually Ned Stark's sister's son. His real name is Aegon Targaryen. Spoiler. Jon Snow is so cool. I love him. That's all I ever say about characters, is that they're so cool. I love them. It's because I'm not so good at explaining how really cool they are. But yeah, Jon Snow's great. The Bastard of Winterfell. At number 4, we have Peytr Baelish Littlefinger. I bet a lot of people are thinking, Hannah, why would you put Littlefinger on the list? Littlefinger's a bad guy. Yeah, I know. But he's my favorite villain. He's my favorite villain on the show. I love him. I love seeing him just like the creepy pedophile looking guy. Especially, he's like really like a figure to Sansa. Until word came back that he started the corruption with the Starks and the Lannisters, resulting in Eddard Stark's death, and just giving the bad impressions to the Starks and Lannisters. And he died. Yes, Littlefinger bites the dust at the very end of season 7. It's kind of sad. No, it's not sad because he started everything. He got Eddard Stark killed, he got everybody killed. But yeah. Okay, so we have 3, 2, 1 left, and I put them in a block because they're the best characters on the show, but I'll put number 3 is Tyrion Lannister. Tyrion Lannister, my favorite dwarf. I am so in love with Tyrion. He is so wonderful. I love him so much. It's just, he's like, he drinks. He makes out with whores. Well, the last whore he was ever with was Shay. And he really cares about what he does. He's not a monster like all the Lannisters are. He becomes a good Lannister. He kills his father because his father wanted him dead. Not only that, he slept with Shay, and he escaped with the help of Varys, and he met Daenerys, and he became the hand of the queen because he's so cool. Tyrion, I love you. You'll always be my favorite dwarf. Peter Dinklage, I should be telling him I love him, because Peter Dinklage is amazing. At number 2, we have Daenerys Targaryen. Daenerys Stormborn of the House Targaryen. The Unburned. The Mother of Dragons. The Breaker of Chains. The Queen of the Andals and the First Men. The Khaleesi of the Great Grass Sea. The Queen of Meereen. Just everything. I love Daenerys. Daenerys, the Mother of Dragons. She is awesome. Yes, Daenerys, she's up there for me, definitely. And at number 1, we have Arya Stark. Arya Stark. She's probably the best character on the show next to Daenerys and Tyrion. Just Daenerys, Tyrion, and Arya, they're all the best. They're the best. Arya, the faceless man. She killed Walder Frey and avenged the Red Wedding. That is just so amazing. And she was the one who took out Littlefinger, unfortunately. But hey, who really cares? Alright, so those are my top 10 favorite characters of the show. Please let me know what your favorites are, and make sure to subscribe for more Game of Thrones videos, and I will see you guys next time.